The Canon 70D versus 80D. Which is the best value pre-owned DSLR for video? Of course, a lot of you will know that these are two fairly old DSLRs now, but they do still do a decent job for the casual video shooter. But I wanted to take a closer look at them side by side to help decide which you should go for if you're in the market for a bargain DSLR. The 70D released in 2013 and is clearly the elder statesman of the two. However, you can still find some really good condition, low shutter count bodies on the market for around £300 to £400. That's around half of what the 80D sits at in those same marketplaces. But is the 80D twice as good? Well, in all honesty, no, and especially not for video shooters. Both of these cameras share an APS-C sized CMOS sensor and almost identical form factors, with the addition of a headphone jack on the Canon 80D. The 80D also makes use of Canon's LPE6N batteries, which offer a slightly improved battery life over the LPE6 batteries the 70D uses. The key difference for video shooters really comes down to the processor. The Canon 80D uses the improved Digic 6 processor. It's a slight improvement from what the 70D used with the Digic 5 Plus. Now, this improved processor allows the 80D to record 1080 video at up to 60 frames per second, so an element of slow motion that the 70D can't afford you. But clearly by no means, neither of these are up to 2020's high-end standards, but the 80D does offer a very slight bump in performance to the 70D. However, beyond that slow motion capability, the image quality between the two cameras is pretty much identical. They both do a fairly decent job at rendering a high quality image straight out of the camera without any heavy lifting in post, and the difference between the two, well, is pretty much unnoticeable. And talking of that image, the Canon 70D was for the longest time the only camera that we owned, and it is one that I truly fell in love with. It was really easy to use. Features like the dual pixel autofocus, which was introduced into the 70D, were revolutionary and are still incredible by today's standards. The Canon 80D obviously still features that autofocus system. So for the video shooter, there's actually very little that separates these two, and beyond their features, they do also share some glaring omissions. There's no 4K, no flat picture profile or Canon C-Log, no video assist features such as peaking or zebras, and there's no clean HDMI output. So neither are a professional camera, but in truth, these were never aimed at pro users. These are the type of cameras that are aimed at mid-range users, casual content creators, or YouTubers looking to create content quickly in a fast-paced environment without much heavy lifting needed in post-production. And for that, both the 70D and the 80D still represent incredible value. So which one should you pick if you're in the market for a budget DSLR? Well, in truth, it entirely depends on your budget, because there's very little for the video shooter that actually separates the 70D from the 80D. So if you can find a 70D with a low shutter count with a good condition body, well then pick it up, because you get the added bonus of saving yourself a few quid. For some more information on these cameras, there's some links below. And whilst you're down there, why not consider subscribing to the channel, or even signing up to the Filmmakers Club on Patreon. That's been my grab and go review comparison style. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.